Hello everyone, welcome again to this channel where we share Bible stories, Bible characters, principles, parables, and lessons. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome again. And if today is your first time, I do hope you enjoy every bit of today's story. And today we are going to be talking about a man called Noah and the ark. So in the beginning, after God created the heaven and the earth, and he had created man, and man had started to multiply, there was so much sin on the earth. People were just living in violence, people were living in wickedness. The thought of man was continually, consistently, always wicked. They're always thinking evil. And God was sorry that he made man. And God decided that he was going to wipe off man from the surface of the earth. But at that time, there was a man called Noah. And this man, Noah, he was a righteous man. He was a blameless man. And he found favor in the sight of God. And God told Noah that because of the wickedness of man, that he's going to destroy the earth with flood. And God instructed Noah that he should build an ark. And God gave Noah the specification for the ark, the kind of wood that he should use. What he's going to use to waterproof it. He should make a door, the layers in the ark, 3 layers. God gave him the exact specification that he was supposed to build. And after Noah has finished building the ark, according to God's specification, God told him to go inside the ark, him and his wife and his 3 sons. Did I tell you Noah had 3 sons? Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And they too, they had wives. So God told the 8 of them to enter into the ark. And God also told Noah that he should go inside the ark with all kinds of animals that were on the earth at that time, all their species, all the different kinds, every living thing according to their kind and species, that Noah should go in the ark with them. And God specifically instructed him that he should go in with 7 pairs of clean animals. Clean animals are those that are used for sacrifice to God and can be eaten, and unclean animals are those that cannot be used for sacrifice. So God told him, for the clean animals, he should go in with 7 pairs, male and female. So 7 male and 7 female, or the clean animals. But those unclean animals, he should go into the ark with just 1 pair of every kind, male and female. God also told him that he should go in with enough food that will sustain him and his family, and will sustain all the animals that he's going in with. And Noah did according to all that God has commanded him. And when Noah was done, God told him that he should enter the ark with his family and all the animals that he has prepared, because in 7 days is going to flood the earth with water. And Noah did exactly as God has told him. And on the day that Noah and his family and all the animals and everything entered into the ark, the Lord himself shut the ark. And after 7 days, as the Lord has said, the flood waters came upon the earth. The earth, the seas, the underwaters, all of them erupted. Water started gushing out from under, and water also poured down from the heavens upon the earth. And this lasted for 40 days and 40 nights. And the waters lifted up the ark from the ground. So the ark was flowing upon the waters. And every living creature at that time were killed by the flood. And nothing was able to survive the flood except for those that were inside the ark. And after the 40 days of flood, it took the ark 150 days to finally land on the mountains of Ararat. And it took another 2.5 months for the top, the peak of all the other mountains to even be seen. And 40 days after, Noah sent out a raven and a dove. The raven was moving forth and back, but the dove went out and the dove came back. And when the dove came back, Noah knew that the water has not yet dried. So he stretched forth his hand from the window of the ark and brought the dove back inside the ark. After another 7 days, Noah sent the dove out again, and the dove did not return until the evening. And when it did, there was a fresh olive leaf in its beak. And Noah knew that the waters were already drying up. And Noah waited another 7 days, and he sent out the dove again. But this time, the dove did not return. The flood had started when Noah was 600 years old. old in the second month of the year. And when it was the second month of the following year, that means Noah was 601 years, the ground were dried, and God told them to come out of the flood. And when they came out, Noah built an altar for the Lord, and he picked some of every of the clean animal that had entered the ark with him, and he offered sacrifice unto God. And it was pleasing to God, and God made a covenant that he would never destroy the earth again with flood. And the token, like a sign of that covenant, was that God put a rainbow in the cloud, and God said, as long as he sees that rainbow in the sky, he will always remember his covenant never to destroy the earth again with flood. And God also blessed them, and he told them to be fruitful and multiply. And it was out of the three sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, that the whole world was multiplied and people started spreading again. And that brings us to the end of today's story. And now we'll go right into the lessons. But before we do that, have you subscribed to this channel? Please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Also, turn on the notification bell so that anytime I drop a new video, you will be notified. So let's go right into the lessons for today. And the number one lesson from today's story is that always choose to stand for what is good and what is right. What is bad, even if everybody is doing it. And what is good, even if only one person is doing it. Because at that time, when the whole earth was corrupt, only Noah was found to be blameless at that time. You can imagine how odd Noah would have looked or would have been looked at that time. So stand for what is right always. And the second lesson is that God keeps his covenant. The Bible says, to the faithful, God shows himself faithful. To the blameless, he shows himself blameless. But to the wicked, God is hostile. Even at that time, that God wanted to destroy the whole earth. Because he found Noah, just one man that was righteous at that time, God spared his life, keeping that covenant of his faithfulness to those that are faithful. And the third lesson is that obedience yields good results. Everything that God told Noah to do, he did them according to what God commanded. Imagine if he didn't build the ark according to God's specification. Maybe when the flood started, the ark would have been leaking. But Noah obeyed God and he enjoyed the result. His life was spared. Another lesson is that giving provokes God. After the flood, Noah built an altar and he offered sacrifice unto God. And that made God to make a covenant that he would never destroy the earth with flood again. So your giving can provoke God's blessing. And the last lesson for today is that never shut the door of salvation on anyone. It is God's prerogative. Just leave that to God. When Noah has entered the ark with his family and all the animals, it was God himself that shut the ark. It was not Noah. So don't shut the door of salvation on anybody. And we have come to the end of today's stories and lessons. Until you see me again. Bye.